Rob Bouchel, my former partner, we tried a very
Yeah.
high-profile case 20 years ago. It was called Lethal Beauty. It was on Dateline, silicone pumping parties where two men, they lived together as husband and wife. They were in the, one was transvestite, one was pre-op for a sex change, and they were going around in the transgender community and having these pumping parties where they would give industrial-grade silicone, and someone died, and they charge our client with unlawful practice of medicine without a license and manslaughter. And Rob Bouchel and I had this argument in jury selection. He wanted to keep this nurse on there because the nurse would understand the way perhaps silicone migrated in the bloodstream.
Right.
We had a little bit of an argument. The nurse gets left on our jury. I mean, there's two stories to this. George Ramirez has another 6 jurors in that case, and
Right.
they came back, found his client, same set of facts, not guilty. Bouchel and I had the jury on with the nurse. Our client was found guilty. So we later find out there's jury misconduct motions that the nurse went back there and was saying, listen, I'm a nurse. Silicone doesn't migrate in the bloodstream
Oh,
like
goodness.
this. There was no literature on it. So we had, like an idiot, I said in the press, this nurse is playing doctor.
Right.
We had our motion was Judge Weinstein, who's the chief judge
Right.
later on. We lost our jury misconduct motion, but the case came back on appeal because it was improper at that time for the medical examiner to opine that the way that silicone migrated in the bloodstream, because there was no, at that
No
time,
good science.
no literature on it.
Right.
So there's an example of overthought it. You know, we were opposite, a medical professional left on our jury. I don't like to judge all, but you know, I'm always wary of nurses now because of that, and how different jurors, same set of facts, can come to different verdicts.
That's
in a
what they
case.
call it the
But we went
practice.
on appeal, so that case did come back.
Usually, listen, that's why they call it the practice of law. You can only gain that through experience, right?
But we overthink all the time.
But that's what you have to do. It's like a chess match, and you have to think of it.
But that's what we get paid to do, isn't it? Like
Right.
A, B, C, D, E, F, air, land, and sea. Like, well, what if this? What if this? To just be prepared. I'm like, you know, sometimes people think I'm a crazy person, and I'm sure they think you as well. But like, we get paid to overthink everything. I mean, I think I diagnosed myself with like contagiosa molluscum because I saw a little rash, and I was looking at the AI this morning. I'm like, well, what is that? What is that? You know, it's probably just like a paper
Leprosy.
cut.
I have leprosy.
Right, something like, you know, that's a whole other thing, like AI and like how that's being used.
Right.
In the courtrooms. But overthinking all the time is something
Right.
we do as lawyers, but I'm guilty of it, and I think that's what we need to do. I think if we're guilty of overthinking, we're doing a good
We're
job,
doing a
Danny.
great job. Exactly.